don't buy these things. What's up everyone, welcome back to Free to Be. David here, and thank you for joining me for yet another video. Now in today's video, I want to share with you guys a list of things that no one should be buying during a recession. These are all things that can wait. They are not essential to our lives. So if possible, avoid making these purchases when the world is kind of in this weird place of limbo where we don't know what's going to happen with jobs. The economy is extremely volatile. These are items that can easily be avoided during a recession. Now, as always, before I get started, if you are new to my channel, I cover financial literacy here while tracking my own progress to financial independence. And hopefully by doing that, I'm creating a blueprint that others can use and find helpful. So if you are new, please take a moment and just click the subscribe button down below. Your support really does mean a lot, and it does help the channel. And if you're not new, your ongoing support really does mean a lot, so thank you for coming back. Okay, so this list is obviously not going to be exhaustive. I'm sure I'm going to be leaving things off that you might feel are important to avoid. And if I do leave something off that you think is important, just let me know in the comments down below. All right, so this first item is something that I was actually recently tempted with just because of all the great deals going on right now, and that is purchasing a new car. Now, look, there are a lot of great deals out there, like 0 down, 0 interest, deferred payments, all kinds of great deals. And it can be tempting to go out and purchase a new car, especially like myself. I've had my car for almost 10 years now, and I could go ahead and upgrade, but my car doesn't have any payments. So sitting back and thinking about it, I realized that, hey, instead of going and looping myself into a situation where I have to make $300-400 payments every single month, why don't I just hold off on that purchase, and I can make that purchase when the time is right down the road. But right now, it doesn't make sense to lock up your money into a recurring payment of $300-400 a month when it's gonna actually impact other costs in your life as well, such as car insurance, gas, maybe parking. All these things are going to go up. So it's not just the $300 car payment that you're going to be faced with. You're actually going to be increasing those other costs as well, which might end up costing you $500-600 of money every single month. And while you might have that money, at a time where we are faced with a recession, it makes more sense to put that money aside in a savings account, in an investment account, and just let it hang out there in case you need it. So after sleeping on it for a little while, I decided not to move forward with the car purchase, even though it was very, very tempting with the whole 0 down, 0 interest, deferred payments options. They make it super tempting, but I decided against it. Now, the second item on this list is much like cars, and that is a new house. Now, again, just like cars, during a recession, housing becomes a lot cheaper. Interest rates kind of go down. Demand kind of is suppressed a little bit as well, which means that inventory is plentiful. But now is not really the time to put yourself in a position where you end up with a new mortgage and other recurring costs that you really don't need at the time. So if you are comfortable where you are living, stay hunkered down. Don't go and necessarily buy something like a house or a car if you don't need it at this time. Now, the third item is kind of a gimme, but it falls in line with those first two things. Don't buy anything else that you need to finance. Again, don't put yourself in a position where you have to go and take on debt and recurring payments if you really don't need to be doing that right now. Look, I understand that your car might have broken down and you actually do really need to go get a car because that's the only way you can commute back and forth to work, pick up your kids. In those scenarios, fine. If you were already in the market to purchase a home and now you're taking the opportunity to do so because the rates are so good and you found the dream house, that's fine too. What I'm saying is, don't make those decisions in the middle of a recession when you weren't planning on doing it prior to the recession. So again, if you weren't going to be buying a car in the next 6 months and now we've hit a time where now you're thinking that it is a good time to go buy a car, don't do it. Same thing with a house or anything else that needs to be financed. Now, the next type of purchase that you want to avoid during a recession is a brand new phone or any other pricey technology. Look, I'm sure that your current phone can handle calls, texts, video calls just fine, and you don't need to opt for the new $1,000 model. So what you should be doing instead is, again, putting that money in a place where you can access it in an emergency. There's no need to go buy new technology right now because, again, it's really not going to add any value to your life beyond what you already have access to. Okay, so the next group is going to be avoiding any kind of product that is on sale or on discount. This is a very easy time to fall into the trap of, hey, look, this is at an all-time low, I should pick this up. You know, the clothing sales are going to be 40–50% off. That's unheard of. Let me pick up some new outfits. You don't need to do that during a recession. They are targeting you with those deep discounts to try to get your dollars, but rest assured, they're still making plenty of profit on that, on you, so avoid it. If you don't need items that are on sale, don't purchase them. And finally, the last type of things you want to avoid purchasing during a recession is more TV subscriptions or subscriptions to anything in general. But if you've been living on Netflix for the past few years and now you're realizing that you want to add, you know, Hulu and Disney Plus, you know, a few other ones, now is not the time. If you can do without them, continue doing without them. Now is not the time to put yourself in a position where you have more of your money tied up on recurring costs. Rule number one for me is always to try to reduce that overhead so that I can put as much money as possible into savings. So you're going to want to do that by paying down your debt, by getting rid of those recurring costs, and just keeping everything as tight as possible so that you are in the best financial position to get through a recession. There's a lot of uncertainty that is tied to times like this, such as losing your job, you know, losing income sources, things like this. So you want to make sure that you are in a comfortable position and you are able to successfully get out of it. Because the truth is, this will pass. Eventually, you know, the recession will be over and things will be back to normal. But you always want to be prepared for the worst case scenario. All right, guys, well, that's all I had for this video. Again, if you did enjoy it, please let me know in the comments down below. If you think I missed anything off this list, let me know that too. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, please take a moment and just click the subscribe button down below. Your support really does mean a lot to me, and we'll see you next time.